Hey everybody, and a warm welcome back to the Whiskey Cove. And on today's episode, we look at the Reddit challenge, you only ever need 5 bourbons. So let's get this video going, run that videotape. Okay then folks, before we get into this video, if you're new around here, don't forget to go over to our channel page. A lot of good content we've been doing lately. We've been doing a lot of awesome store hauls. We've been doing bottles to look for certain months. So at the beginning of the month, we'll do a video about the forthcoming bottles or some of the bottles that are being released that month. So it's a really good video to stay up to date with some of the whiskeys that are being released and kind of just what to look out for the coming month or so. With that being said, if you enjoy this video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel as we continue to make the Whiskey Cove community grow. With that being said, these are 5 whiskeys you only ever need, I guess, according to Reddit. So this challenge, I believe it came out towards the start of last year, and it was a Reddit user who stated that you only really need 5 bottles of whiskey or 5 bottles of bourbon. So for this video, we're going to look at the 5 bottles of bourbon that I would only ever need if I had to only choose 5. So we're going to look at bottle number 1, and the order that we're going to do these in is you're going to have a daily drinker, you're going to have a cocktail whiskey, you're going to have a Friday night pour, you're going to have a bottle of whiskey or a bottle of bourbon that's going to impress your guest, and then you're going to have a special occasion bottle as well. So with that being said, number 1 on this list, or the first bottle, or my daily drinker, that is Buffalo Trace Ancient Age 10. I know this might be a little bit difficult for some folks in different states there to get this bottle of whiskey, but for those who do, or those who can get this bottle of whiskey, you know just how a fantastic value for whiskey this is. This is coming in at 45% alcohol and 90 proof. This is a 1.75 litre bottle of whiskey, and this only cost me $30. I believe this is Buffalo Trace's Mash Bill 2. And again, this isn't available in all states, but for a 45% alcohol, 1.75 litre, I think if my math is correct, that's gonna pay you at around about $12 for a regular size bottle. And just the consistency that Buffalo Trace has in their products, which is why so many people like them out there, that they constantly keep making fantastic whiskey. And this is one definitely to add to that list. And for me, as a daily drinker, it's not too hot as well, so it's not gonna blow your mouth off, it's not gonna give you a hangover as well. You can pour it into a glass. I have like 1 or 2 of these a night if I want to drink on that night, and I think this is a fantastic daily drinker. Another alternative for this whiskey, if you're in a state that cannot get this whiskey, my recommendation would be Knob Creek 9. For those, this should be available in all states in the US. 9 years old whiskey, coming in at 100 proof, 50% alcohol by volume, retails for about $23. Fantastic value for money. And if you can't find this one, then definitely get this. I feel like I gravitate more towards the Ancient H&H, but in days I haven't got this or I want something a little bit different, the Knob Creek 9 is a fantastic alternative. So that was my daily drinker. And for a lot of the whiskeys I'm going to be doing today, I will be suggesting other bottles just so it kind of appeals to the masses a little bit better. So for the second whiskey, which is going to be the cocktail mixer, or whiskey that's going to be fantastic in a cocktail, I of course chose the staple of cocktail whiskey, and that is Evan Williams Bottled in Bond. And again, there's a bit of a theme going on here where my daily drink is a 1.75 and my cocktail whiskey is also a 1.75. Why? Because you get awesome values in the bigger bottles as well. I think I also paid around $30 for this, which again makes it about $12, $13 for a regular size bottle. This is of course being bottled in Bond, 100 proof or 50% alcohol by volume. And for me, when I think of a whiskey in a cocktail, I don't want the whiskey to like consume the cocktail and take over a lot of the other flavors, but I do want it to have a strong backbone so that you can definitely taste it within the cocktail. And I definitely think that Evan Williams achieves all of that criteria, and it's readily available in every state. So for this bottle, I haven't really got a backup to show you, or maybe an alternative, because everybody should be able to get Evan Williams Bottled in Bond. So that was my cocktail whiskey. So then moving on to the third bottle, and that is a Friday night pour. You've had a long week, you've worked 9 till 5, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or maybe some of you out there have even done longer hours. You want to take off your work boots, you want to take off your shoes, you want to lay on the sofa, and you want a whiskey that's going to help you relax, and something that's just, you know, not too special, but just something that you don't want to drink every day of the week because it might be a little bit pricey, it might be a little bit more proof forward, but something that you're really going to enjoy. And that's why I chose Old Forester single barrel strength. I think that these single barrel strengths are fantastic value for money, much like every other whiskey on this list. I think obviously they're a little bit more difficult to find, but for whatever reason, I feel like one or two liquor stores seem to have these barrels in. A lot of other whiskey stores or a lot of other liquor stores within that area generally pick these up to at around about the same price. Retail on these is about $90. I've seen them go between $80 and $90. I wouldn't pay more than $100 for these, and I would only pay $100 if it was your first time getting one of these single barrels. Other than that, I would try to keep it below $80 or $85 max for me personally. This one is Warehouse I Floor 1. Alcohol by volume is 64.3% or 128.6 proof. So we're really getting up there. I think this is sort of whiskey. If you're someone who likes ice with a whiskey, this is also stands up to that perfectly. This Old Forester has so many rich caramelized thick flavors. I think it's a perfect whiskey for a Friday night. An alternative then to this for folks out there who might not be able to get this, staying with the Old Forester family actually, and that's going to be the Old Forester 1920. This offers a lot more of these flavors, this whiskey offers exactly the same or some of the same flavors that the single barrels offer, but it generally sits at a little bit lower of a proof. Like this was 128 proof, and this is 115 proof. So you're getting a little bit less alcohol percentage, but you are going to be paying you're going to be paying a little bit less for this. It ranges between $50 and $65 for the 1920, and this one is readily available, should be in every state. So I think this is a really good alternative if you can't get that. So that was my Friday night pour. So then moving on to bottle number 4, and that is a bottle to impress your guest or impress your guests. So the way I took this, I feel that there's 2 bottles to think about here. There's two categories you should think about. The first category is non-whiskey drinkers or non-bourbon drinkers and bourbon drinkers. So to impress my non-bourbon drinker friends, I chose Jack Daniel's Sinatra Select. My only drawback about this product or about this bottle of whiskey is the price. It does kick up over $150 to almost $200 for this bottle of whiskey. I was quite fortunate to obtain this in a trade with someone local by me. I traded 2 Eagle Rest store picks for this, which ended up costing me around actually $80 for this. So really good, really fortunate to have that offer or have that deal for me. Why I chose this bottle as someone to impress my non-whiskey drinking friends is because it's Jack Daniel's. They're very familiar with a lot of people are very familiar with Jack Daniel's name, so that rings their first bell. And then it's a Sinatra Select, and when you think of Frank Sinatra, you get the box out, you show them the box, you open up the box here, you get the Sinatra book that comes with it. This talks a little bit about from the Sinatra himself, some pictures. You can go through that story with him, and then you pull the bottle out, and then it's almost like some sort of antique bottle here. It's a very heavy bottle, by the way, and it isn't also a 1 liter bottle. It's 45% alcohol and 90 proof. Some of the flavors on this it's kind of like almost like a toasted whiskey. I feel like it has some beautiful caramelization, some beautiful marshmallow notes in there as well, and it's just so smooth. And also, with your friends, you can say, let's just drink it how Sinatra liked his Jack Daniels. And for those who don't know, I believe Sinatra liked his whiskey. He would have it with 3 ice cubes, 2 fingers of Jack Daniels, and then 1 finger of water. And then you can go through that with your friends, and it's just a bit of a statement bottle. People recognize Jack Daniels, people recognize Sinatra. You can put some music on, you can just have a really good time with this. So then the second bottle to impress my guests, if I have some whiskey friends or bourbon friends come around, then obviously maybe the Jack Daniel's Sinatra Select isn't quite going to cut it. So that's why I chose Stag Junior. For people who drink whiskey or people who know about bourbon and are familiar with Stag Junior, they appreciate the whiskey that's in this bottle. This, I believe, is the Stag Junior 15, coming in at 65.55 alcohol or 131.1 proof. I believe I paid retail for this, which is awesome. Anytime you can get these for retail is obviously, you're having a fantastic deal, because in my opinion, the juice in the bottle is worth a lot more than $50-$60. Obviously, they're extremely hard to come by, which is why I think the Jack Daniels is another good alternative for that. But if you're someone who has these and you want to impress your guests coming over who drink bourbon, you're not going to miss on this one. And that was Stag Junior. So of course we have one more bottle left, and that is the bottle for a special occasion. And when I thought about a bottle for my special occasion, my mind extremely straight away went to the best bottle I have, or the most rarest bottle, one of the most rarest bottles I have. So the bottle for the special occasion for me was Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey Van Winkle Special Reserve 12-year Lot B. And I haven't got an alternative bottle to show you for the special occasion bottle, because I think it's important. The point of this is, if you have a rare bottle, or you're sitting on a really good bottle of whiskey that you were able to get from a lottery, or you just got extremely lucky, then open it up for those special occasions, because I believe that's what that whiskey is just made for. This bottle of whiskey has seen a graduation, it's seen a wedding, it's seen a birth of my child, all in the space of the last year. So, I was really fortunate to get this, as I am with a lot of some of these other bottles you can see standing behind me. I'm very grateful for every good bottle of whiskey I get. But for you folks out there, don't sit on these bottles of whiskeys. They're not going to multiply. The juice in them is not going to get better. It's only going to get worse as time goes by. So open them, enjoy them for the special occasion. And that's all we have time for today, folks. I hope you really enjoyed this video as we continue to make this community grow, as we drink through the world's whiskeys one glass at a time. Cheers.